Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I, Petu Herunisa, want to present three different types of graphic. The first one is a map. On a map looks a small town or island that will be full of industrial area. The plan is to bold several places, such as the red color is the city center, the green color is the golf course and park, the yellow color is housing estate, the pink color is the industrial estate. Also, this blue line is river, thick black line is road, and his jagged line is railway. On this map is divided into two areas, namely S1 and S2. S1 location is in the city center, which can be directly accessed by residents, but it is likely to experience traffic jams as the S1 stand not only is in crowded area but also between rides, highway and trains. Has parks and golf course as well as residential park that will be more accessible to people in the city center. Will become a city with a larger population density, whereas S2 is far from the bustling settlement, stand near the southeastern edge, and has a working industrial area. It will take more for residents of the area where they live to go to the city center. Access to the train will also be more difficult, but the traffic here is less, and residents who stay are not as much as S1. Both locations have convenient traffic because of the simple roads and rail that are not winding. As the industrial area develops, the territory and population will also develop. And this graphic too about the brick production. The illustration above describe the bricks production process at PTBB Bricks. In the picture, we can see the production process from clay expansion by heavy equipment to the burning process and finally distribution. As we know, bricks are made from one type of soil, namely clay, that undergoes combustion until it finally hardens and becomes the main material for building a building. In the illustration, first, the clay will be expanded by heavy equipment such as a backhoe. Furthermore, the clay is entered in the filtering process, where in this process it is done with filtered clay. Then it falls on the rolls. This process aims to separate between water and sand and clay. After the filtering process, the next step is printing. This stage can use a manual mold or a machine equipped with a cutter. After the bricks are formed, bricks that are still wet will go through a drying stage for to 24 until 48 hours before entering the kiln. After the process is complete, then the bricks are inserted into the kiln. During the combustion process, the bricks will experience two times of combustion, starting from the medium around 2000 Celsius until 98,000 Celsius. Then, in the second stage, using a higher temperature, around 7,000 Celsius until 13,000 Celsius. This is so that the bricks are not easily cracked and broken. Furthermore, from the firing stage, the bricks will be stored in a cooling chamber for 8 until 72 hours. After going through the process, then the bricks are packed and sent distributed. Next, this graphic 3. The two pie charts that result show the revenue and spending percentage of a children surgery in the United States in 2016. Overall, it is apparent that the charity benefit the most from donation of food, while they spend a large amount on program service. For more expenditures were marginally lower than total revenue source. This charitable organization primary source of financing are shown in the first pie chart. With donation greater, this category provide almost 86% of overall funding, with community contribution accounting for the second large amount of 10.4%. All other revenue sources together generate roughly 3% of overall income, with program revenue accounting for 2%. Government grants represented only 0.2% of overall earnings, which was insignificant in comparison to the 30 other sources of income. Program service, on the other hand, composed for over 96% of total spending. The remaining 4% was allocated for fundraising, administration, and other general expense. The table illustration the percentage of school children attending for different types of secondary school from 2000 to 2009. It is evident that where the community school experienced a marked increase in the proportion of those attending their institute over the period. The other saw a corresponding decline. To begin, the percentage of pupils in voluntary controlled school fell from just over half to only 20%, or 9/5 from 2000 to 2009. Similarly, the relative number of children in grammar school, just under one quarter, dropped by half in the same period. For the special school, the relatively small percentage of pupils attending this type of school, 12%, also fell, although not significant. However, while the other three types of school declined in importance, the opposite was true in the case community school. In fact, whereas only a small minority of 12% were educated in their school in 2000, this figure increased to well over half of all pupils during following 9 years.